morning, everyone. For those of you who just don't know me by now, my name is Io McClinney, and I serve on the Centers for Spiritual Living Leadership Council. I'm a licensed practitioner here at the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. My pronouns are she, her, and hey, you works okay as well. Welcome to our Sunday celebration. Welcome to everyone in the room and all our live streamers out there and those on the street who are hearing my voice and have no idea where it's coming from. For those of you on Facebook, we'd greatly appreciate it if you would share this live stream to bring more of us together in the energy of spirit. So I'll pause now for you to do this. Okay, wonderful. You can do it at any time throughout the service. We're just so glad that you're here. Our vision is to contribute to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth. And we share the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. We like to think we're putting our vision and mission into action. So a couple of weeks ago, our operations team found out that one of our long-standing members had an issue with her Science of Mind magazine subscription. And by the way, if you aren't reading the magazine, you are missing wonderful tidbits from all over the world. This beautiful lady has been reading the Science of Mind magazine every single morning for more years than I can count, and was troubled at the idea that she wouldn't have the September issue for her daily inspiration. I get that. I understand. Local stores didn't carry the magazine, so our board president took it upon herself to print out a copy from her digital subscription and drop it off at our members' house. Little things like this are ways that we love each other and ourselves in this community. And if you have some little things that you've done and you want to share it, send it in. You can send it to our favorite Reggie Cap at info@columbiacsl.com. Our work is to illuminate the spiritual truth that we all belong to each other. Let me say that one more time. We all belong to each other. As an inclusive community, we embrace diversity, including ability status, age, ethnicity, gender identity, national origin, physical characteristics, race, religion, sexual orientation, and ability to tell a good joke. You're welcome here. We have a saying here at Columbia Centers for Spiritual Living, singing is like praying twice. So we begin each service with a song, and I invite you to just stand or move your limbs or move your eyes or as we sing together, Holy, Holy Way by Ricky Byers. And you'll find the lyrics on the screen.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
And let me care for those around the world.
Let me care for those around the world.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy
Having grown up with the tradition of call and response, which is the way that that chant is done, it really opens me up to my inner child. So look out, everybody. Isn't it wonderful to just start the day with that joyful noise? In this room, people were moving and dancing and hugging, and I know that it's going on in some form no matter where anyone is in the world. And the beauty is that that form can take so many different forms. So we just welcome and love all of them. And today, at this time, I invite you to set an intention for the week. And just take a deep breath and allow yourself to sink into the feeling of that intention right now as you open up to receive Spirit's guidance throughout our time together. And now it's my pleasure and will soon be your delight as I welcome to the front Andrea and Zach. They've been with us before, and they are going to be playing more of their beautiful, joy-filled music as serving us as we serve them is part of what they love. Andrea on the flute and Zach on the keyboard. Woohoo!
Okay. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's try it again. Good morning, everybody. There you go. Okay, we're going to start with a song called My Funny Valentine by Rodgers and Hart. I'm going to start playing first, and then hey, Jamie. And then I wrote this little poem last night, and I hope it's okay. Okay, here we go. My Funny Valentine. It was written to describe a strange person. Someone described as ugly. Someone described as laughable, maybe not lovable. Ultimately, accepting him totally for who he was, regardless. Perhaps ugly, perhaps laughable, perhaps too short, perhaps too tall. Do you think of yourself as too anything? Not lovable? Now, at this time in the evolution of our universe, where all is breaking down to make way for the new, it is time. It is time to love yourself wholly. And trust me, I didn't know that song was holy. That was the holy love, wholeheartedly. Don't hold back. Take assessment. Know you are lovable. You are not to anything. You are totally you. Breathe in, you're you. Embrace yourself. Give yourself a hug. Nurture yourself. Pamper yourself. Do the inner work. Let all you no longer need to release. Now is your time. Accept the divine light surrounding your body, your soul, your spirit, your you. Be laughable. Laugh. Cry. Scream. Hug, kiss. Be you, my friends. Be you.
Spirit as Andrea and Zach, loving us all. Thank you. So if this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, we welcome you and we thank you for joining us today. We want you to know that no matter who you are or where you are on your spiritual path or on this planet or on another planet, you're welcome here, virtually or in this room. And if you're in this room on the second or fourth Sundays of every month, you get to pick your sticker. I'm proudly showing I'm green, which means not necessarily I'm huggable, but I'm willing to hug. You guys figure that out? There are a variety of ways, though, to connect and engage in community. And we invite you to continue watching the slides at the end of the service for announcements on events and classes, etc. Links with more details can be found on our website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events, or feel free to email us at info@columbiacsl.com for more information. So now, let's consciously engage in spiritual practice together. So we invite you to settle in, center yourself in this moment and find that sacred place within where spirit is all there is. We're going to have a reading by Dr. Lisa Gordon, then a guided meditation and prayer by our own favorite Reggie Cap practitioner and holding us together person. Shh, don't laugh when I say those things. Dr. Lisa.
In our reading this morning, author Jeff Von Seeley asserts that we are here for a reason. This is from the Daily Guide, Science of Mind, September 2022. He begins with 2 quotes. The first from Desmond Tutu. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. Then from Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, page 290. We must realize there is one infinite mind which is consciously directing our destiny. I write this in the year 2022, a time with countless experiences, opportunities, and challenges we face as we dwell on this planet. While I know that beneath it all there is one essence, I can't help but recognize the many difficult circumstances we as humans face. It is apparent that the rate at which we are currently taking from this sacred earth is not fully sustainable in the centuries to come. Thus, if we are about creating a world that works for everyone, that must include the future generations as well. In certain places on this planet, our human family is dealing with extreme drought, corrupt governments, unimaginable crimes, and uncertain futures. It is easy to become overwhelmed by all of these occurrences happening at this moment, and even easier to not reflect on them at all. I share this not so we can say, well, that's depressing, but instead to ask you this question. Do you believe you were sent here or made a choice to live your life during this time in human history? In other words, I believe you are not here randomly, but are here living in this moment purposefully. If the latter aligns with you, then we can look at these challenges from a new perspective. That is, perhaps everything is happening in this moment to help us recognize more of who we are and allow that realization to fuel our creative nature to bring solutions to these difficulties. From this perspective, as the saying goes, that which we are seeking is the energy that enables us to do the seeking. Be the change. Please join me in personalizing this affirmation and make it my very own. I am the change I wish to see on our planet. And so it is. Namaste.
As we contemplate the affirmation, be the change that I wish to see in the world. Let's take a trip 18 inches from our mind space to our heart space. I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable, to truly go within, to contemplate what it means to be the change. From a feeling space, from a love space. I may not solve world hunger, but I may take a meal to a friend in need. That is being the change. I may be just really mindful of what I'm putting in my own body for my own nourishment and self-care. That is being the change. we were invited to set an intention for this week. Being mindful and open to that intention is being the change. Feel your heart space expand. Until it cannot be contained within. My heart space blends with your heart space. This is the change I want to see in the world. This is the change I want to be in the world. Everything around us is changing. As we go from one season to the next. I am open to change. I am grateful for the adventure in each moment. I recognize that at every obstacle, barrier, I know that I am supported and loved. In this openness, I speak this word on behalf of this community. What I know is that we are all blessed and a blessing because there is only one power, one source, and it is right here where we are, demonstrating itself beautifully as each one. We are connected to this source, by this source, as this source. I call it God, I call it spirit, I call it divine mind, I call it love. And I recognize it in each one as love, as joy, as peace, as beauty. Each one connected. And so that's how I know I can speak this word on behalf of each one. I know that this day is a blessing, and we are open to receive all of the good that is coming our way. We are open individually. We are open as a community. We are the change we want to see. I'm so grateful to know that truth. As we listen to the message and the music and the sounds of each other breathing, we recognize our own divinity, our own beauty, and our own oneness. So we give great thanks for this time together, for the words of wisdom and inspiration, for the music, for the nourishment on the hospitality table, for the AV. We give great thanks for all of it, bringing this beautiful celebration into fruition. And so we simply let go and know that the law of the universe simply makes it so. We are in the flow, in the know, and we let it go. And so it is.
Let's just hold that. So I want to thank Dr. Lisa, thank Reggie for opening us up even more than we already have been open this morning. Is your heart cracking? Can you feel it? Is your chest constricting? Can you just feel yourself outside of that body that we tend to think is who we are? Can you feel the connectedness to all the other outside of the body energies, not only in this room, but beyond this room or whatever room you're in? We're one. Would you love to have more of this sacred spiritual connection? Would you? Yes? No? What? Yes. So our practitioners and ministers are eager to support you in living from this very place. Feel free to email your requests for prayer or counseling to prayer@columbiacsl.com, and we will hold your truth in prayer throughout the week. And now I'm delighted to even stretch us more by asking Andrea and Zach to please come back. Come back with your ministry. Come back with your love. And share more gifts.
Thank you. I just wanted to mention that tonight is Rosh Hashanah, and Rosh Hashanah is all about a new year and letting go of the old and bringing in the new. And I brought some gluten-free bread and honey. And Lisa, can you run up here and do the bracha? Which is the blessing. I tried to memorize it about 5 times and I couldn't remember. And I hope it's okay that she's doing that.
We were both raised in not very religious Jewish homes, so we don't really know what we're talking about so much. But anyway.
Yeah, we do.
I'm taking this opportunity. So, the blessing over the bread. I'll say it in English first and then I'll say it in Hebrew. Blessed art thou, the Lord our God, King of the universe, who blesses the harvest, the bread and the harvest. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Thank you. And there's some honey, because you're supposed to take the bread and dip it in honey so you can have a sweet year. And just so you know, there is some whole milk in the gluten-free bread. So, you know, everything else is kosher. Not really kosher, but anyway. Okay, Zach and I are going to play this thing called, what is this thing called? Love. Because the theme is love, right? Okay. Is it right on? 1, 2, 3. a thing, a feeling, an image, a calling, a person, an animal, a car, a house, money, a trip, a museum, a concert. Be still and know love. Be still and feel all your feelings. It's all love. Be still and fear not what comes up. Embrace the feelings. Bid those not wanted adieu. Adieu. Adieu in French is to God. It also means goodbye. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. To God. Bid them to God, where they will be transmuted to the light. Fear not. Let them go. It is peace. It is self-care. It is acceptance. It is joy. It is calmness. It is nature. It is good food. It is taking care of your body. It is gratitude of all you have right now in this blessed moment. The good, the bad, the ugly, the anxiety, the stress, the hunger, the peace, the knowing. That love is all of it. No separation, all inclusive, oneness, all moving in all directions. At the same time, quantum consciousness. Rid yourself of your memories. Create space for new ones. Rid yourself of all belief systems that no longer serve you, that no longer make you grow. Expand into this love. Breathe into this love. Know you're a love. Release the tears of the past and create a new you. Ask your soul, what's up, for guidance. Ask your angels for encouragement. Ask your divine inner knowledge for your answer. Love truly, truly is all there is, my friends. And so it is, unequivocally is.
The combination of music and spoken word is so powerful. It's a spiritual entrance. Thank you so much, Andrea and Zach. And for those of you who aren't in the room, I just want to share with you that there are so many loving gifts that have been brought forward for this day to be. And I just want to let you know, Jesse, Reggie, Danielle, Laura, Tom, and Lenny, and are bringing their gifts forward in our oneness. Their names haven't been spoken until now. So let's remember them and the love that they've brought in order to set the foundation for today's talk. Oh, this isn't about me. It's about introducing the person who's going to talk. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was kind of caught up in the wonder and wonderfulness of me. Thank you. So what can I say about today's speaker? I could say her name is Rebecca. I call her Rebecca Beall. Because she really is. To me, she is all. She is a sister practitioner. She is a lover of the absurd. She is a lover of children in ways you can't understand. She's a lover of children that others don't see. And she's a lover of their families. Her work in the classroom every day changes the landscape for those of us who are living in community with these kids and their families. She makes it possible for us to live such a wonderful, wonderful state of mind. So I want to invite Rebecca to come forward and to share her talk. What's the name of your talk?
Something about love.
Something about love.
Oh my gosh, I almost got choked up there. So I am Rebecca Beall. I am a licensed practitioner, and I live in this world, as we all do, you know. And I think a lot about love. I think a lot about the interpersonal, that personal expression of love, those fun ones. I was looking and I was telling Andrea, I have all this dog fur on my dress because I love my dog. And so before I left this morning, I had to give a big giant hug to my dog because I love her so much. I love my daughter. I love this community. I love listening to music. I love, you know, we have all this interpersonal, like feel good expressions of love. And those are fun. Like, what are some things that people love? I want to hear some of the things that people love. Dancing. Food. Wine. Yeah. Being together, each other. All of those are these awesome interpersonal expressions of love. What I want to talk about is love as a divine attribute. What I was struck by and what I love is how connected the meditation, the reading, and really your beautiful poem on love. It was really connected. We have this one word, L-O-V-E, you know, I love you, love, but we have so many expressions and words and feelings and all of that go under that one word. So I want to unravel that a little bit. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this non-personal love, a spiritual and divine idea. This is how Ernest Holmes, or I always think of, Io used to say this, she took that from the kids in teen camp, they call him Ernie. So this is what Ernie says about love. Love is the central flame of the universe. Nay, it is the fire itself. It is written that God is love and that we are God's expressed likeness, the image of the eternal being. Love is self-givingness through creation, the impartation of the divine through the human. Love is an essence, an atmosphere which defies analysis, as does life itself. It is all which is and cannot be explained. It is common to all people, to all animal life, and evident in the response of plants to those who love them. I love them. If you've ever been to my house, you know how much I love plants. Love reigns supreme over all. The essence of love, while elusive, pervades everything, fires the heart, stimulates the emotions, renews the soul, and proclaims the spirit. Only love knows love, and love knows only love. Words cannot express its depth or meaning, and that is from the Science of Mind. I love those words. I really do. Love is a divine aspect of God, and I really, really believe that. And we, as Science of Mind spirit practitioners, because in this room and in this ether, we are all practitioners, we spend our spiritual lives working with the ideas that God is all there is. We have the type of prayer in our new thought. We use affirmative prayer. We have a 5-step prayer designed to help the prayer be convinced of the universal truth, the metaphysical law that governs the universe. And we're going to get a little more into metaphysics a little bit later. Again, Ernie says, if we do not like our outer circumstances, conditions, or our personality, the place to begin to change is right within our own mind. God is good from the start. You don't have to win any presence or power over or convince anyone. God is already convinced. God is already convinced of goodness. God is already convinced of life, flow, and love. The answer to prayer is not out there somewhere. It's in the mental attitude of the one that prays. We always assume the goodness of God as the starting point. So here's a little test. In our affirmative prayer, we have 5 steps. Step 1, does anybody remember what step 1 is? God is. It's the recognition. So God is. And step 2, I am. So we are unified with that God because God is all there is. So therefore, logically, we are one in that God. So I'm going to focus on steps 1 and 2, but it will feel unfinished if I don't recall the last 3 steps. So step 3 is a realization. That's the use of the word, of planting the seed, the word into the law of God. Step 4 is thanksgiving, and that really is to create this feeling inside of us of acceptance, right? We can't be grateful and pissed off at the same time. We can't be grateful and suspicious at the same time. That's what the purpose of the gratitude step is. And then the last one is release, because I'm not going to be like, I want peace on earth. I don't see it yet. Damn it. I want peace on earth. I don't see it yet. Damn, my prayer's not working. That is not the way it goes, right? It goes in that we have more and more and more to do. So back to steps 1 and 2. God is all there is. Acknowledge that the divine force, the divine mind, and divine law is flowing in and around all things. It is omnipresent and the source of all there is. So everything is God. And then step 2, we acknowledge that everything is interconnected and interdependent. Separation is an illusion. We say that we belong to each other. Separation is an illusion. We are one and everything exists in this oneness. God is all there is. Love is a divine aspect of God, which is all there is. Everything is interconnected. Separation is an illusion. That's so nice. And I totally love these words. But then here's my problem. What about this? What is God when the climate change is causing storms that decimate areas they hit, killing people, destroying habitats and homes? What is to love when the sea level is rising? Where's love when people are vilified or worse for expressing themselves or just showing up as themselves? We live in the world, right? For those of you who've taken the foundations class, this exercise will be fairly familiar. And this is the exercise. Look at the headlines. We're assigned this. Look at who's taken foundations? Who's done this exercise? They ask us to look at the headlines, pick a story, and then try and decide, where is God? Is anybody with me? That's a really hard exercise, right? It's a really hard exercise. And here's the answer. That God is everywhere. And you know what? That's so unsatisfying. So here's what happens. Are you like me and you fall back on the generations upon generations upon generations of conditioning and the human race consciousness that asks, why does God let these things happen? Why does God allow suffering? Why does God allow children to be hurt? Why does God allow communities to be burned down to the ground? This draws me, and it draws everybody to focusing on a God out there. My attention wanders, and I begin to focus on a belief that God is out there, controlling or at least allowing these things to happen. And then this is the part that I, and really we, get distracted by fear. We get called and buy into this notion of a binary notion of God, not God, not God, God. And our belief system calls us to know that God is all there is. That is what our belief system calls us to know. And we are all interconnected as one, and that separation is an illusion. So it's hard to reconcile all of that, right? It would be so easy for me to be like, I want to go on a mountaintop and just like not see the conditions of the world. But we live in a world of conditions. We really, really do. But guess what? All of that is perfect and fine and life. Denying human experience is actually completely nonsensical. We are intertwined. And so the experiences of each and every one of us is actually an expression of the workings of God. It is an expression of the workings of the law. And the key is, though, that the conditions aren't the end. They aren't all that is. And you know what else? Conditions aren't the beginning. This is metaphysics, everybody. Metaphysics deals with the first principles of things, the concepts of being, knowing, substance, cause, identity, time, and space. We are metaphysicians who make changes in the physical world through the metaphysical, which means the not physical principles. As metaphysicians, we work in principles of mind and really beyond, mind and spirit, to create powerful and lasting changes in our own lives and the lives of others. This has happened. We are here because we have proved that. As metaphysicians, we have proved the workings of the law. We all have instances of proving, I have changed my mind. Don Henderson says that when you change your mind, change your thinking, change your life, right? And we all have experiences of that. This is the metaphysical workings of the world. This didn't begin with Ernest Holmes. This didn't begin with Aristotle. This is the way that the world works. We are metaphysicians. Ernest Holmes, however, he taught us that if we do not learn to control our thoughts will control us. I think this is where it gets really, really interesting, though. We talked earlier about the conditions of the world, and we're conditioned to believe that the conditions cause conditions. We believe that my eating badly has caused my pain in my hip, or we believe that some experience over here has caused this. So we believe in the inevitability of things going on in the world. So we just buy that the conditions cause the conditions, and therefore that it's inevitable. But we're practitioners, and we know the truth, and very, very few people do. We know the truth of God and the law of cause and effect, and that first cause is the mind, and the correct order is cause, mind, effect. So love is a divine attribute of God. It is the greatest idea in the one mind. Our work in our spiritual garden of the mind is to plant the seeds of love and then root out every weed of false belief that is not love. And that takes diligent commitment. And here's what Ernest Holmes says about the commitment it takes. And he did say this: it takes practice, meditation, thought, study, intellect, concentration, hope, faith, love, prayer, desire, and work. There is no other way. There is no other way. We're metaphysicians in this room. We've taken a big, fat yes to doing that work. We've taken a big, fat yes to saying this is love, and everything that is not love, I'm going to identify and I'm going to throw it out, because that is not love, because this is love. And then you know what? Practicing in community is very valuable. And our individual healing can be more profound when we hold space for each other. It's really kind of what love is too, this interpersonal holding space for each other. I see you, I see your totality of you, and I hold space for you. I'm not fixing you. I'm not doing any other kind of thing. I'm just holding space for your expression. So I'm going to do a little plug. I am leading a class starting the beginning of October on mindfulness and personal reflection as a foundation for all of this work. Because actually all of this work, as Ernest Holmes, this is the work. So we'll explore this more deeply in the class, and I invite and welcome everybody to join me. So it was funny when I heard, it was a Gandhi quote, we must, be the change we want to see in the world. That was in the reading. You said it. So like all over here, because it's right here in my work too. I believe that any change we want to see anywhere in the world can only come from healing ourselves, shifting our perspectives and broadening our own vision of what is possible. Gandhi said it, we have to be the change we wish to see in the world. So let's create that mental equivalent of love in the world. And again, as Ernie says, if we make ourselves receptive to the idea of love, we become lovable. To the degree that we embody love, we are love. This is why human people who love are loved. I'm going to say that again because it's so profound. This is why people who love are loved. It doesn't pay to hate. Hate is a human idea, and love is the divine reality. So I'm going to end today with a practice. We're going to do a meditation practice. The metta, I'm sure people have known what that is, the metta practice of meditation. It's the divine, or it's loving kindness. And this practice of metta meditation helps open your heart to yourself and to others. The practice can also help us to overcome fear, increase concentration, and support a more peaceful state of mind, which is from where we all want to be. So I actually invite you to sit comfortably with a nice tall spine, root your bottom into your chair, and press up through the crown of your head. Take a few minutes to become present by cultivating a slow, steady breathing rhythm. Bring your attention within, perhaps focusing on your heart. We personalize that attention, that love in our heart. And repeat the following affirmation to yourself. May I be at peace. May I be at peace. May I be at peace. And invite somebody now into your consciousness who you love. And silently send them that same affirmation. May you be at peace. May you be at peace. May you be at peace. And now I invite you to bring your attention to someone that you have difficulty with, someone you may not love, someone you may have a hard time with, and send them that affirmation. May you be at peace. And if you're finding some resistance, just notice that with compassion. May you be at peace. Allow your attention to bring in all beings everywhere, silently sending that affirmation to everyone, everywhere. May you be at peace. Now that let that affirmation go and place your attention back into your heart. For the next few moments, simply breathe, relax, and observe the effect of being that love. When you're ready, allow your attention to come back into this room. I love these services so much because we really do share and can experience love and joy with each other. And we can also experience, become fortified with the idea that love is all there is and God is all there is. We can believe that. We can shore up our conscious mind into believing that, because that's where part of the work is. It is in convincing ourselves that this is true. Because we are assaulted or experience or see things outside of us that often say, no, that is not the truth. But we know better. We are metaphysicians. We know the truth. Very few people do. So we are the people who say, yes, love is. Those conditions that are out there, I'm going to honor them because that is going on and people are suffering and the world is suffering. That's just the truth. But it's not all there is. So what we get to do is we get to pick out all of our belief systems where we believe that the conditions are true, and we can throw them away. Because as we know, we are interconnected. And what we do when we root out those thoughts of untruth, those thoughts that don't serve us or humanity, we have opened up everybody's idea of a mental equivalent because we are all connected. So we can do our stuff over here. I think you were saying that, or somebody said it somewhere, that we can, oh, it was you, Reggie, who was talking about those things, bringing a meal, eating well. Those are changes. Those are the things that we can do. They interact and we are connected. What little thing I do for myself, what little thing I do for you, when I take out those beliefs, when I root through those beliefs, I have just changed the consciousness of the world. So let's do it. Let's do it with joy, with celebration, and sometimes with tears, and sometimes with anger, and sometimes with shock, but let's still do it. Love is all there is. The working of God as law is the truth. We are metaphysicians. We know this. We have an obligation to hold it, to hold the truth, and to hold that as the way we live. So we know that there is only one force, and we know that we are connected to that one force, that the same God that is in me, is in you, is in that tree, is in that adorable chipmunk, is in the storm and is in the mountain. It is. God is all there is, and we are divinely connected. And so what I know is the work that Ernest, that Aristotle, that Kant, that Io, that everybody calls us to do is divinely inspired. We know that we are brave enough, we can do it, and we can do it, and we can pick out our false beliefs. We know that. And so with great thanks, I am so grateful for the knowledge of the teaching, the knowledge of this time spent together, the knowledge of creating, like, oh, right, we can do that. Oh, right, we can hear gorgeous songs. And oh, right, we can be together in celebration, in contemplation, in all of it. Thank you. So I release this word into that divine law that will bring to fruition the things we think into it. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is.
Wow. Perfect. I love it. It's such a perfect weaving. I'm speechless. Don't tell my mother it happened, but I'm speechless. Whoop. I'm getting a whoa from Julia. What I love about today's service is how we start in the very beginning with an act that was done by our board president. And for those of you who don't know, it's Julia. Where a simple action, a simple response to just, it could have been a murmur, and how that simple thing in the totality of all the simple things. Is the universe, is love, is what some may call God or Ralph or whatever the name is. But that's what I believe our lifetime is for, that and nothing more. So I just thank Rebecca for slowing us down and for sneaking in that prayer. Did you guys realize she did the 5 steps? She didn't say go within. She didn't say the traditional stuff. She just spoke it. So we can do that anytime. The bus stop, in conversation with friends. Sometimes I do it in meetings. People don't know, but they know because there is that metaphysical connection. And it's fun to sneak in a good prayer every once in a while. And so I just want to remind everyone about the small little things that are being done by our board every day so that we as a community grow stronger and stronger, and by our ministerial selection committee, who, oh, by the way, are taking forward the energies that each of you is sending so that we call in the right and perfect minister for this little community that's doing powerful things in the world. So please join us next week at our virtual only service with Dr. Nadine as she shares our new monthly theme, Harvesting Our Abundance, with her message entitled Our Philanthropic Nature. Our guest musician next week will be Amy Steinberg, and we hope that you will join us on Facebook Live, Twitch TV, or YouTube. And you can find the links on our website homepage. Our new website homepage. And hey, send your comments about our new website to where? info@columbiacsl.com. All comments are encouraged, welcome, and lovingly received. So now I would like to invite Andrea and Zach to come up, bring forth more magic, more love. And if you would like to connect with them after service and you happen to be in the room, you know where you can find them. But if you would like to find Andrea on her website, is it, Ann, tell me the website name.
Well, the best website is Andrea Flute.
The best website is AndreaFlute.com. And in a moment, you'll get the visual.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're going to do this song called I Love You. How strange. How different. Okay. love you. I love you. 3 simple words, such power. So many meanings, so many memories, so many expectations once uttered. Shall we reverse the word order? You love I. Who is the you? Who is the I? What is love? Breathe the word. What images come up? What feelings come up? What triggers come up? What colors come up? Let's switch the letter order. Evolve. Evolve. Evolving into love. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself first and always. Clear your energy. Clear your mind. Clear your body. Clear your spirit. Love. Make space for true divine love. Just as you are right now in this moment, allow your love to evolve into the totally connected sign of infinity, ever evolving, ever loving, never ending, without disconnecting from itself, ascending beyond the veil, opening a portal, opening a personal vortex where you may be connected with the divine now and forever. Know love, breathe love, feel love, see love, hear love, touch love, integrate love, allow love, receive love. Then share, my friends. Share this love in every moment. Be love.
Thank you, Zach and Andrea. Andrea and Zach. Love and love. Love squared. A to Z. We got it right here. So now, everybody, it's that time in the program for conscious giving, an opportunity to participate in the law of circulation. So I invite the ushers to come up and take these baskets right out of my hand, rip them out of my hand. Now I got to find myself on the script because I'm acting silly. Thank you. From one basket, you'll choose a blessing of joy. And those of you who are joining us virtually are invited to select a blessing of joy that appears on the screen. I love that. Take them all. Nobody's looking. The second basket, for those of you in the room, allows us to complete the law of circulation by giving back. Before we send the baskets around the room, I invite you to invoke the feeling of gratitude through thoughts of infinite possibility right where you are, allowing that to fill you and the space around you. And now let's speak the prosperity affirmation. You got to be in the room, I'm telling you. This is the room where it happens. Okay. I know that the infinite abundance of the universe is blessing and expanding my offering for the good of all. And so it is. Go, Tom, go. We gratefully receive your gifts and tithes. Your support means that we remain a vital and thriving center, contributing to a world that works for everyone. Last but not least, we have a variety of ways to connect and engage in community, and we hope you stick around for the announcement slides after service and visit our website for details and links to register for our events, one of which Rebecca already told us about. Remember, please, to write in the leadership stroke books. By the way, that's stroke, not love, not stroke, brain stroke. And let them, including me, feel your blessings and acknowledgement for the commitment of service to this beloved community. Mindfulness practices, laying the foundation for restorative justice beginning on October 3rd and running for 3 weeks and facilitated by who? Rebecca Beall. And sign up to participate at the HOCO, or Howard County Pride Festival, which this year is going to occur on October 9th, and be at our table. It was so much fun last year. I was there. I learned a lot from not just our table, but from the other tables and groups that were participating. It was fun with a big F and a big un. So on behalf of our entire community, I receive these blessings. Yes. Somewhere I'm off script. And I know it is all good and it is done. And so it is. So I would like to invite Rebecca to come up and close the service for us.
I'm going to go back in my notes and get that quote from Ernest Holmes that talks, maybe I can't find it, I don't know. This is why people who love are loved. It does not pay to hate. Love is a divine verity. Let us go forth and love and be love and be loved. And so it is.
And so it is.
And if you're feeling like you need to sing another song,
These shoes have worn thin, and the dust that covers them gives a clue to where I've been. But now I've returned to a hope that nurtures me with love as remedy from all the miles of doubt and the shame that seemed unending. Now I'm awakening. I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious. Mightily I stand and sing. I have returned. Day after day, there are many paths to choose. On some we win and some we lose. Still all lead to one, where the hearts that tarry there believe in love beyond compare. And finally I trust your embrace and give thanks for the journey. Yes, I'm awakening. I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious. Mightily I stand and sing. I have returned. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious. Mightily I stand and sing. I have returned. I have returned. These shoes have worn thin, and the dust that covers them gives a clue to where I've been. But now I've returned to a hope that nurtures me, with love as remedy from all the miles of doubt and the shame that seemed unending. Now I'm awakening. I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully conscious, mightily. I stand and sing, I have returned. Day after day, there are many paths to choose. On some we win and some we lose. Still all lead to one, where the hearts that tarry there believe in love beyond